Hey everyone, this is Dijon Rolle from your BW Now Command Information Team. And on this edition of our video blog, we're talking about transformation, but specifically we want to focus on housing this time. And I have two very special guests. If you introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Don Meyer. I'm the Chief of Housing for U.S. Army Garrison, Baden-Wuerttemberg.
And of course,
Colonel Bill Butcher, Commander of U.S. Army Garrison, Baden-Wuerttemberg.
All right, first question goes to you, Mr. Meyer. What type of renovations are being made to housing units on PHV and why?
Okay, right now we're going through super vacant quarters maintenance on housing units in PHV on several buildings, and this is basically a facelift for the building, for the interior of the apartment. It will get you, depending on the euro rate, we can only do so much with so much money, but the things we look at is we try to put new bathrooms in, new kitchens, new floors, closets if we can get that much into the scope of work with the amount of money we've got to work with. Doesn't provide for any infrastructure changes, with plumbing and that type of stuff, but basically gives a good facelift to the apartment that the service member moves into.
Are there any other places besides PHV that you're doing this?
Unfortunately not. The ones we're doing now were pre-programmed for money from previous physical years, and they went through the contracting process, and we were able to get those in. With transformation and those things going on, we're unable to spend money and put in those type of projects, so there will be no more projects for both Mannheim or the Heidelberg housing areas.
Okay. Now for you, sir, what's the purpose of spending this money now, especially during transformation, everything that's going on?
It's a great question, and I think it's a question our community will ask itself too. But many know that monies are programmed in this way a couple years out, and in the case of the Super VQM that's being done now, it's FY9 and FY10 dollars. So it makes sense. We'll have families living in Patrick Henry Village out to FY14, maybe a little bit beyond, who knows. So it makes sense for us to continue to provide the very best possible housing we can to our community, and Super VQM helps us to do that.
So the main focus is quality of life, is that correct?
Well, that's right. The Army's made a commitment. We've made a commitment through the Army Family Covenant and our obligations to those who serve to do the very best we can for them. And Super VQM provides a family with a good quality home, a good quality renovated home. It's the right thing to do.
The next question I want to pose to you both, but I'll let you start off in answering. What should all incoming Mannheim and Heidelberg soldiers and families expect as far as housing during transformation? What are their options?
Yeah. Well, first off, families coming into Mannheim should recognize that because the community is collapsing on a more rapid timeline, at least that's how we anticipated it happening, we will consolidate more of the Mannheim family over into Heidelberg and make sure that we have transportation assets to move the soldier around to the right location to the units if they don't have those assets. For the remainder, for our Mannheim and Heidelberg community, we're going to continue to abide in as much as we can by the Use for Housing policy, E6 and below on post and the best possible housing we can provide, and then E7 and above giving them the choice to live on or off the installation. And I'll tell you, that sets the stage much better for the future collapse and closure of the Heidelberg community as well.
Same question to you, sir. I'm an incoming soldier, I have a family, maybe I'm single. What can I expect?
Well, the first thing I would ask you to do when you come into the Garrison is be flexible.
Okay.
And that's for both military communities. As we go through transformation and changes will take place, that's a given. Things will transpire during that process, and we may do policies and procedures different for housing. And service members need to understand that first and foremost, we're going to be looking to take care of them and their families and put them in quality housing, as Colonel Butcher said. And then as we progress and start closing down buildings, we may have to shuffle people or move people around. And we want to do that to the very, very least amount possible. But the biggest thing is to just remain flexible and stay on the Baden-Wuerttemberg website and look at the transformation and go to the housing website when they get a chance, and we'll have our information there. Stay in touch. That's the most important thing.
Okay. Anything else that you want to put out, sir, as far as information? Where should people go?
No, I think what Mr. Meyer said is important. The transformation of these two communities, the closure of 22 installations in and around Heidelberg and Mannheim over a period of 3 or 4 years is a very difficult thing. Mm-hmm. But we are keeping people informed of those things as they transpire, and quite frankly, the best way to keep informed is to listen to video blogs like this one but also to go to our BW Now and our Baden-Wuerttemberg homepage, look at hot topics. The transformation website has all of the information that you could desire to keep informed and up to date on what we're doing.
Last question to you, Mr. Meyer. Anything else that you want to put out or you want people to know about your office?
One, first of all, that we're always there for the soldier. That's the first and foremost. Communication is key. We can't fix it if we don't know it's broke. I would ask them to definitely look at our website, get the email address off there. We're putting some articles together for the Herald Post and trying to get more information out to families as we go through transition. And if they contact us and let us know what their issues and concerns are, then we're able to get back with them and address those.
That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for watching.